Hello and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. My name is Spanj, and it's been a while since I've been back in this game. It's good to be back though. I do try and keep up the Empyrion content even when I'm not running a Let's Play, but I have taken a wee little break from it. Today I want to show you and introduce you to the single most powerful ship that I have ever built. It is on the redonkulous scale. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the RF-04 Valkyrie. This is built for the Reforged Eden scenario, available to all on the workshop with a single click. Just have a look under scenarios, Reforged Eden, and this ship can be yours for a mere maybe 3-4 weeks of heavy grinding. Or just use the command to spawn it in. I absolutely do not endorse cheating. Unless, you know, you can't be asked. Anyway, this is the RF-04 Valkyrie. And this is the culmination of many weeks' work. This has taken many days in those weeks to complete to the level and the standard that I want it to be complete at. And that's even when, you know, that half the hull was already completed when I started this thing, because I was working on it off camera during my Let's Play series. So the whole principle of this boat is to destroy everything in its path with casual abandon and ease. It is 90% armor and the other percent weapons. Okay, there's a bit of thrusters in there. There's a bit more of everything, but you know, you get the idea. I have heavily based it off of the sort of general shape and design of the Asgard battlecruisers from Stargate TV series. You can tell that by the giant fins on the rear wing there, and the sort of general wing shape and that whole chassis shape is very similar to some of the Asgard battlecruisers that you can find with a simple Google image search. But, you know, that is just the sort of general shape that I wanted in order to fit a whole bunch of guns at the back of the ship, and while still making it look reasonably okay. Basically, the general meta of high damage output ships and tanky ships is that a lot of the guns are at the sort of back quarters of the ship on sticky outy bits, and I wanted to try and undertake that kind of meta, but also, you know, make it look purposeful and part of the design rather than just having a bunch of sticky outy bits with guns on them. And so this was the result. I remember seeing, remembering the Asgard general shape. They had these big fins on the back, like you can see here, and I thought, well, what if I stuffed those for guns? That would be quite effective, I wonder. So here we go, and so the Valkyrie was born, giving it the name Valkyrie because it is Norse mythology, which the Asgard in the Stargate series were also based off of. I thought it was a nice little nod to the inspiration of this ship. So if you're wondering why it looks like an Asgard battlecruiser, well, there you go. That's why. It's not an exact recreation. I didn't want to do a recreation of the O'Neill, for example, or the Daniel Jackson. It is inspired by, and then I put my own thing on it, you know, twist if you like. But let's take you through the design. Here we at the front here. This all the way up to those laser cannons that you can see right in front of me there. That is all Xeno, solid Xeno armor. The outer hull is actually just regular steel, but the layers of armor underneath it are pure Xeno. After these laser guns, we start to get a bit of internal stuff. So we get some generators around about here, and then it starts working into sort of internal components like constructors, production facilities, shield generators, and then finally the bridge section here. Out on the wings is inaccessible. It is all just thrusters, ammo boxes, and oxygen tanks and fuel tanks. Plus a lot of meaty thrusters to move this 109 kiloton monstrosity forward at a very reasonable pace of 100 meters a second. Armaments-wise, well, it's got everything you can imagine, but of course Reforged Eden comes with a lot more oomph in its firepower. All the weapons in these vertical fins are the heavy equivalent weapons that you can get in Reforged. All the other guns along the main hull are the standard sort of weapons that you can get normally through the game. I did this because, well, the ones along the hull, like these plasma cannons here, are more likely to get blown up, And so if they get blown up, the cost is less than if the heavy weapons get blown up, which require, of course, the advanced and heavy weapons upgrade kits. They're a little harder to get hold of. You know, they either, you can either buy them or you have to roll the RNG dice and hope you get them in loot. So yes, the ones that are back here, which in theory should be nice and safe and sound from return fire, because all incoming fire should be contained towards the front of the ship based on the turrets being there, the thrusters being there, and some decoy generators and thrusters as well, drawing fire. There are weapons underneath, but they are of a lower caliber, because the weapons underneath generally just going to be used for controlling drone spawns and you know, maybe some other ships that are perhaps not positioned directly in front of you. But generally you'll find that they are Gatling and flak turrets, a couple of missiles, a couple of lasers, and that's about it really. But I've textured the entire thing in the theme of my Reforged Eden fleet. I suppose they are all the sort of greys and orange glowies and stuff. They're all very similar in style. Let's have a look inside, shall we? Now the only way in is through the main hangar bay, which is tucked away underneath here. So it is reasonably well protected from the front. Only from the sort of side diagonals and angles directly underneath can you actually hit this thing. There is some nice green flashes. Entranceway. Signal logic, which opens triple secure hangar doors for extra protection. This hangar bay is also lined with Xeno steel as well, so you can see some of the dodgy ass texturing in this place is thanks to the Xeno blocks that have terrible textures available to them, so making them look nice is very, very difficult. Otherwise I've lined the inner hangar walls also with steel blocks so that I can actually texture it in a reasonably nice way. Elevator up, and this takes us to the engineering level and computer core level. Computer core is going to be interesting, but let's head into engineering first of all. Engineering, pretty standard sort of stuff. We've got fuel tanks in the walls, generators, and a warp core on the ceiling, and a little playpen for the engineers in the middle. Not the most attractive engineering section I've ever built, but very functional, and with the space available, I think it does the job. Everything is insulated in combat steel, so if that generator goes, it will not destroy the other one. If these fuel tanks go, they are contained within themselves. They will not chain react. That was proven and tested on stream during its construction. Big thanks to the chat, by the way, for telling me to use combat steel and not regular steel to insulate those fuel tanks. Out this door, we have symmetrical side entrance elevator that goes down to the hangar bay there. And this is the computer core. As you see, we've got the core itself and all of the quantum extenders required to run this monster, with 2 server rooms full of quantum CPU extenders. In total, there's about 63 quantum CPU extenders, plus room to add more if you want to. There's a lot of cooling, obviously a lot of heat generated by all these computers and servers and stuff, so you know, there's a lot of cooling ducts and stuff here as well. Bit of RP value in there, and all the standard extensions in the middle there. If we just step back for a minute, we'll head up this elevator in the middle here, which takes us onto the main bridge. Main bridge equipped with teleporter, passenger seats, extra cockpits, and you know, textured and decorated reasonably nicely. A little bit of LCD work. I don't really do a lot of LCD stuff because it is a giant pain in the backside, but the little I have done is thanks to Saluzdacore and his big LCD set blueprint on the workshop, where he has shared all of his LCD work. Thank you, Saluzdacore. Very, very generous of you, sir. If we could step up one more, we've got the crew sort of R&R area, a little bit of a lounge, mess, and medical at the back here. Heading all the way back down again, and through the computer core, we have our shield generator. That is a Bastion shield generator. In itself is 2 million CPU to bring in. Along the sides though, we've got some constructors tucked away, small and advanced. Same on both sides. Along with some deco and more texturing. These stairs head then down into a split level between crew quarters and crew mess and meeting rooms. Further steps go down into another generator room, a long corridor, which then splits symmetrically. 2 sets of 6 320 KSU container extensions. All the way along. Each one of these 320,000 SU. So lots and lots of storage on this beast, both production and storage, which is weird for a combat ship in Reforged. Normally you would specialize a ship to just be combat. But given the sheer amount of CPU on this thing, I essentially decided to go for broke. Absolutely just went for broke. Because I was like, well, I'm over massive amounts of CPU anyway. Why the hell not just have some fun with it? You're going to be grinding for quantums for weeks in order to bring this thing in. So why the hell not just add a few constructors and storage in here as well? I mean, come on. This should be the absolute screw it ship, I tell you. Right. Some of the crew quarters here. Again, we're having to contend with Xenosteel's lack of texture choice, so I went for some nice sort of hieroglyph wallpaper on the walls here. And some of the ceiling lighting is actually the glowy texture for Xenosteel as well, which I think actually worked quite well. And then down this corridor, the final crew quarters here. There we go. And that is pretty much the inside of the ship. I've tried to lay it out in areas that you would need to attend to, areas that you don't. The only exception being the computer core and the shield generator, but they have to be in the middle for reasons of sort of armor integrity and survivability. Ammo box access down the side here as well. These are far away from anything important so that they can explode, you know, without actually causing irreparable damage to anything. And we're back down in the hangar bay. Hangar bay should be big enough for a couple of SVs, but this is not a carrier, so it's not going to take the entire fleet. It's not supposed to. Ladies and gentlemen, the RF-04 Valkyrie. Right, that's the ship. Now shall we see what it can do? Valkyrie's first shakedown tour. I mean, a Tavira class Dreadnought has already decided that I'm an issue and has got the little exclamation mark next to its point, although it doesn't appear to be moving right now. 7.343 kilometers away. A long-range scan show a pentaxid mining facility over there. They are very heavily armed. They obviously don't move, but the general idea is you see these control centers: artillery control, ion control, rocket control. You can go to each one of those and shut down a whole bunch of turrets on the pentaxid mining facility over there, and the whole thing becomes a little bit more manageable. We're not going to do that. We are not going to do that. No. We've got several moving targets here. The Tavira being one, and then maybe we should leave the Tavira till last. Let's deal with whatever these guys are over here that are moving quite quickly, actually, because the Tavira, I think, is stuck on something. It's not moving. Heavy Promethean freighter. Okay, well that'll be over in a heartbeat. Sunnet class down there, Emyrion class down there. Whatever that one is, 12.3 kilometers away as well. Okay. Yeah, we've got a bunch of ships here we can deal with. Let's start on the little ones and work our way up. I'm hoping that even, well, definitely the Sunnet, the Emyrion, I doubt will get my shields down. The Tavira will. I gotta watch that thing because it can become unstuck at any time, and suddenly I'll have a Tavira in my side, which is not what you want, really. Let's go for the Emyrion and the Sunnet if we can. The heavy Promethean freighter I'm not too bothered about. It's got about 4 guns on it. It's pointless. Yeah, let's go for these two guys here. Let's see what we can do with these. Yeah, that Tavira is definitely stuck on something. I'm not sure what it's doing. Let's hope it stays there until I'm ready to deal with it. I just don't want to be engaging the Tavira and have these two sneak up behind me, if you know what I mean. So yeah, we're gonna definitely dispatch these guys first. Okay, first and foremost, the Emmerich class destroyer. Now I've configured my turrets in a certain way, so my artillery guns are going to be focusing on. That's a lot of drones. That is a lot of drones. My artillery guns will be focusing on purely thrusters and generators. Meanwhile, my regular turrets will be dealing with everything else. Well, that actually does remind me, I don't think I configured my artillery turrets to ignore drones. Yeah, let's turn that off. Just deal with the capital vessels, please, artillery. We don't want you wasting rounds on drones. Okay, so that Emmerich class destroyer is getting worked over now. I haven't even started firing my manual guns yet. Let's give him a little broadside of rocket fire, shall we? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Ah, take it, take it. The Senate class corvette seems to be wanting a piece as well. We shall give him. Oh, I think that's the Emmerich done. Okay. Let's maybe dispatch all these drones. Guys, can you deal with the drones? You've got a ridiculous number of Gatling guns that should be more than capable of dealing with these guys. Probably could do with turning the missiles off of drones as well, but you know, they're pretty good at it. The Gats, I think, stun them. The Flaks finish them off. It's a surveyor drone. Survey this. Kablamo. Alright, cool. Drones, yeah, I mean, my shields haven't gone down. They're still... Oh, hey, hello, Tavira. I take it you got free from whatever you were stuck on then, huh? Okie dokie. Can we maybe dispatch this Sunnet post-haste? So we don't have to... Oh, there's a Periet coming in on the right as well. Well, they all want a piece now, don't they? Alright. Battle stations. Severe battle stations, everybody. We are going in. We are going in big style. Tavira class Dreadnought. Oh dear. Okay, well, I've never taken one of these on before, so this is going to be interesting. With a Periat as well, bunch of drones. I think that Sunnet is about at it. That's gone. Yeah, it's gone or going. Is that Tavira? He's sort of meeting up with his Periat friend, isn't he? Yeah, cool. The Sunnet's done. Alright, let's see if we can... there's an interdictor, that's dead. I want them both in front of me. This is what I want. I want them both in front of me. I don't want to be dealing with one on each flank. So we're going to swing round to the Periat. That's opening its artillery guns up on me, or rocket launchers. The Xerax missile launchers do have a long range, actually. So laser guns, let's get those shields down. There we go, shields are down. Work it over with some artillery cannons, maybe avoid those if they're incoming fire from the Tavira. This is where my shields could go down. Let's back off a little bit. Let's back off. Let's not give these things a chance. I want to use all of the tools available to me. Oh, look at the firepower. You don't know the power. Bit of a burst of rockets once they've reloaded. Burst of rockets. Shablamo. Have that. I love the little carpet bombing of the bombets. We're going to have to move down because the Tavira is coming and we're going to need to dispatch its shields. So, laser cannons. Engage the Dreadnought. Okay, my shield is taking a hammering. His shield is taking a hammering. Everyone's taking a hammering. We are all getting hammered. And not in any good way. Alright, lasers, can we get those Tavira shields down, please? 20%. Mine are at 38. His shields are down, backing off. Come on. This is where we're going to start taking damage. My shields are basically down. That Periat is done. Rocket spread. Fire. Kablamo. I love that. Carpet bomb that. Oh, shields are down and a big burst of plasma fire from the Tavira. Okay, we're working this thing over now. More rockets. Just carpet bomb the living crap out of it. Fire artilleries, they've got to reload. Okay. Alright, turrets, you are not done. I am not seeing much firing from you guys, so let's maybe fire some more artillery guns. Why aren't you firing? Or have you fired? You're still reloading. Waiting, 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 waiting. Come on! Fire. 6 artillery rounds right in the nose, followed by a volley of rockets. Any second now. Rockets! Fire! Shablamo, right in the tushy. Well, no, actually, that's the face, isn't it? More artillery. Shablamo. How is his shields back up? This is an outrage. Get back down. Demand a reroll. Right, okay. He's side on to me now. Reloading rockets. How did the shields go up while I'm constantly firing at him? I want to know. That is hacks. Hacks, I swear. Right, big old barrage of rockets right in the side there. Switch. I'm just switching manual fires and rotating them as best I can. I am taking a huge amount of damage to the nose of this ship now. This Tavira is so heavily armed. It's ridiculous. Wow, it's so heavily armed. Okay, switching back to rockets again. I've got some flaks down here that have these rockets' names on them. Oh, I do believe... Oh, no, there they go. Yes! Have it. Have it. Big old lag spike. Oh, it's behind. We're behind it now. It's given us its backside. That is an excellent tactic on the Tavira there. We're going to fire another volley of rockets spread across its plasma turrets up there. Oh, that does look pretty. I got to give it to the game. When you fire a spread of those missiles, it's enjoyable. How is his shields back up again? What the hell? Get down. Down. Right, more artillery rounds. Right about there, that looks good. Right, I think my turrets are fixated on something on the underside of it. We've got this whole line of sight issue again. Let's swing back down underneath the ship so my turrets can deal with whatever they've got a hard on for. And then... Yes, this Tavira is barely firing back now, I think, isn't it? Oh, no, that's so too soon. Another spread of rockets along its hull. I fear I am taking a lot of damage. Oh, yes. The front of the ship is getting a bit of a hammering. This thing is still alive and still every now and again just raising its shields back up. It's ridiculous. All right. Let's remove its guns from its belly, shall we, boys? Can we take those off? Oh, it's got a few of them. In your own time, chaps. In your own time. Don't worry about it. This Tavira, in all honesty, I don't think it's got a chance. It is going down. It is going down. The only thing I would say with a ship this big is it's really difficult to manually aim on anything. The turrets from this distance are so small. Sniping anything is really kind of out of the question. The best thing you can do is get like a good old missile spread like that and just kind of aim in that general direction, you know? Oh yeah, just that's it. Beautiful. Blammo. Oh, this Tavira is done. It is so done. I think it's got some turrets on the other side now, so let's see if we can swing round. I have no idea where the core is on this thing. And get on top of it. And then my turrets can start working over any remaining guns up here. Still guns though, because they're still all firing. Ah, oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful little bombing run on the hull there. Ah! Shields are back up again. This is an outrage. Okay. Well, I think I've got rid of all the guns. The turrets have ceased fire, so that must mean that only the generator is left. So let's switch turret priorities to generators and go to town. I think it's possibly going to be warping out any second now because I've disarmed it. And these things are cheeky little buggers like that. Right, where are you shooting, guns? Where are you shooting? You're shooting right there, now you're shooting at the front. Right, okay. I just want to know where to fire my artillery rounds. And rocket spread. Come on, reload. There we go. Now they're firing in the middle. Yeah, well, we're putting it out of its misery now. There we go. That is one Tavira class Dreadnought, Periac cruiser, Emmerich class, and the little one I can't remember the name of, the Corvette. All destroyed. Fairly fairly casually, really. Oh, let's level you off. Let's assess the damage. It's an important part of the process. We have taken a lot of actual damage by the looks of it, but all exactly where it's designed to take damage. Wow, not even the laser cannons. Yeah, all the laser cannons are intact. They've taken a little bit of damage up around where these missile launchers are. The artilleries are gone. I mean, that was expected, really. The guns on the underside are still intact, though, although they have taken a few hits, presumably from drones or I didn't quite have the ship aligned correctly. But yeah, there we go. Even some of the little gats on the side are still intact. Excellent stuff. Yeah, this is all damage by design, really. This is where it should be taking damage. It's nice to see the plasmas are still largely intact as well, although they were next. You can see the damage progression up the hull. The plasmas were definitely next on the list. After that, I should imagine those lasers would have started taking damage, and these thrusters, of course. Plus, the stuff on the underside here would have definitely, they would have been gun in for. But actually, quite happy with that. We've lost a fair bit of Xenosteel. That will be in the repair costs, and of course regular steel. How many of our decoys did we lose, though? There's still generators and thrusters in here for days. So plenty of the decoys still intact. Fantastic. Well, that's very good. I'm quite happy with that. It is taking an absolute hiding, but it has survived. Our little armors over the thrusters worked as well. The thrusters are still intact. The armor grating is still there, and these towers have not taken any hits by the looks of it. Yep, that looks pretty decent. The artilleries are still intact. Lower towers are still intact. Yeah, I'm very happy with that, actually. That is quite a result. A Tavira class Dreadnought down, and gutted. Very gutted. Oh, hello. There's some Xerax afoot. You're going to need to wait for a pickup there, boys, because you've not got much ship left. Yeah, wow, yeah. There, the backside got a real hide in, didn't it? And of course the Periat, the Emmerich, and the what are the little one, the Sunnet. Yeah, all those guys got absolutely wrecked as well. Oh dear, you're still adrift. I like that. The Sunnet is there, the Emmerich is there. Right, okay. Can we take on anything else without repairing? Let's have a look, shall we? There was that Pentaxid facility around here somewhere. Okay, heavy Promethean frigate is still going off on one. Artillery control center. Where is it? Pentaxid mining facility. Okay, we're not going to repair. We're going to go straight in. We're going to see if we can take that on as well. Granted, it's not going to be taking on at the same time, but, you know, with the damage that we've already got, I want to see how far we can take this thing before we really need to sort of fall back. Now, I don't know whether this Pentaxid mining facility is going to offer up much of a challenge, but from what I remember, like I said, it has got a lot of weapons. But they don't move, so who knows. Let's give it a go. Alright, it has got 100% shield, so we are going to switch to lasers. We're going to dive straight in here. We've got some sentries on the right, but it is already opening fire. Let's bring the ship to a halt here and get these shields down. Wow, that is really wrecking my shields. Okay. Start working these turrets clusters over with some artillery, I think. Okay, my shields are about to go. There's a lot of lasers, a lot of ions. I'm just going to go for the heart of these. Whew. Okay, oh, damn it. Do you know what? Turrets. Screw generators. Just go for turrets. Come on. Return fire to those turret-y bastards. think I got rid of one of the clusters there. I don't think that's returning fire anymore. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, we are taking a lot of incoming damage now. Again, those shields just keep coming up every now and again. They just keep coming up. I'm taking damage to one of my lower weapon clusters. Look at that. Son of a bitch. That is nasty. There's a nasty, nasty bit of work you're doing there, little bugger. Shouldn't be shooting that. Should be shooting the front of the ship like the rest of your turret dumbass friends. Whoa, there's a lot of rounds coming in. Come on. I don't know what my turrets are fixated on. They're clearly not shooting what they can shoot. I don't know. They're not really behaving themselves as they should. They're just shooting rock by the look of it. I don't know what they're doing. But I'm going to reposition so that they've definitely got turrets closer to shoot. There we go. That's more like it. That's what I want to see. Just annihilate those turret satellites. Really, really annihilate those turret satellites. Come on, boys. Again, they are hitting my turret clusters rather than the front of the ship where they should be shooting. There goes my artilleries on the left-hand side are gone. Time for a rocket barrage. Oh, no, my rockets are gone as well. My lasers are still intact. Half my artilleries are gone. Wait, all my artilleries are gone. They are really going after the clusters. This is very strange. I'm going to try and move the ship around a little bit more. I don't know if it's got artillery guns. I think they're missiles they're locking onto me, so I don't think there's much in the scope of dodging stuff, but I'm going to try and move the ship up and down as well, just to sort of also try and encourage any turrets on this station to not shoot my weapon clusters and actually shoot where they're supposed to, i.e. the front of the ship. So generally the proper way to take this on is to first of all disable all the turrets and then you go after it. Going after it with an endgame Dreadnought like this is a complete waste of Dreadnought, in honesty. But we're doing this just for science, not for, you know, tactical advice on how to engage the Pentaxid mining facility. This thing is very heavily armed on purpose, like I said. Usually you would just have like the inner turrets to deal with. All the ones on the outside would otherwise be disabled if you went around and did this properly. But we're going to go, we're just seeing how much of a beating this thing can actually take. And actually today, this particular one, I think it's taken more damage on this station than it did on a Tavira class Dreadnought, which is interesting. It certainly wrecked my shields a lot quicker anyway. Anyway, it ain't going to win. I have still got a lot of firepower left, and I'm working this over very, very nicely. Just got to keep moving around this damn thing. You sit still, it will shoot you where it hurts, apparently. Right, there we go. Pentaxid mining facility dealt with. Let's have a little look. Our artilleries are still focusing down on generators, it would seem, but yeah, we've now lost our plasmas. One of our top generators thrusters has gone, exposing the down thruster. We've lost a lot more of the decoys. I am surprised at how much firepower that thing output. I really am. I knew it was a powerful bugger, but all of our decoys have been destroyed, so it has eaten all of them up. All the artillery's on the bottom. Wow, it has done a number. It has really done a number. And of course, it did target our weapon towers. So we have lost some very expensive turrets over here. This one seems okay. Are you the dead one? You're the dead one, aren't you? Just like Tavira. This one seems okay, but it has taken some serious hits here. We have lost a lot of the steel on the outside there, but the turrets are all still intact, so that's good. We lost our artilleries. Not only that, but we also lost almost all of our manual fires on the front here. The lasers are gone. The rockets in the sides are gone. And that sentry is being a complete dick. I don't know what my artilleries are fixated on. There's obviously a generator around here somewhere that it's trying to kill. Just you carry on there, artillery friend. Which one are you? Is it you two? Yes. Yeah, well. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, it's still taking damage by design, apart from obviously where the artilleries were. I guess it's the turrets are targeting mounted weapons, and consider the size of this thing and the shape of that thing, it may be that the turret's only option. Say if a turret was like, I don't know, just this side of the rock here, and I angled the ship that all it could see was my artillery, then it would shoot the artillery because the rock is in the way. So that might be why it is chosen to shoot here rather than the center of the ship where all the armor is. But otherwise, yeah, we've taken on quite a lot today, and we've taken a lot of damage as a result. But it's all damage that's supposed to be taken. Okay, next thing, question I've got then. After taking down a Tavira class Dreadnought, Periat, Emirat, and a Pentaxid mining facility with, you know, wild abandon, just what is the repair cost? Let's go check it out. Alrighty, so after all of that damage, it's looking like it's pretty damn expensive. 46,000 iron, 37,000 more Xeno material. But the real kicker is the 10 large turret upgrade kits and the 4 advanced turret upgrade kits. Now, in theory, if you can take out that many ships and POIs in a single run, then hopefully you'll be able to recover these particular ones quite easily. As for the Xeno material, well, iron's easy enough to get. You know, as with the other resources here, by the time that you're maybe spawning this ridiculous ship in, you should have all of this in spades. Iron is easy enough. Now, Xeno material obviously requires you to salvage Xeno-based POIs, so that is another bit of a kicker. 37,000 of the stuff. Just to repair the nose, bearing in mind. Obviously, the costs of the ship itself, well... 321,000 Xeno material and 296,000 iron, the two highest. But let's not forget the 63 CPU quantum extenders, along with an antimatter warp drive and a bastion shield generator. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you're in a position where you can actually legitimately spawn this thing into a survival game, then repair costs shouldn't really matter to you, I guess. But yeah, that's a big old bill. So that's in materials. What about if we ask the Polaris to repair it? Let's see how much they're going to charge us. So station services, get repair costs. Oh, well that's easy. 66,607,000 credits. Damn. Why is my Pentaxid so low? I do not understand. I can't buy Pentaxid for some reason. So yeah, that's with a neutral reputation with Polaris, not an honored one. So obviously honored it would be a bit lower, but yeah, we're still looking around the ballpark of 60 million or so credits to repair the front of this ship. After, yeah, completely ruffle stomping a high security Xerax area. Obviously, it's tested against the Legacy, and it completely nukes a Legacy ship as well, so, you know, their repair costs of the Legacy ships is much lower because there are so much fewer of them. They're actually quite a lot easier to hit than a Tavira class Dreadnought, so yeah, if you can take on a Tavira, you could probably take 2 or 3 Legacy ships on simultaneously. Drone ships are the same. It was able to take down a Nullifier with ease. I don't even think the shields went down when I tested that one. And I did also take on a standard Zen 1 carrier, and it did eat that as well, although the Zen 1 did do a fairly similar amount of damage in return. So, yes, this can pretty much take on every ship in the game. The only thing I haven't tested it against is the corrupted Zen 1 carrier. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think this corrupted Zen 1 is worth it at this point. So, yeah, I haven't tested it against the corrupted Zen 1. But pretty much everything else it can take with relative ease. Just be prepared for some extreme repair bills. But then it is an extreme ship. So there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the most powerful ship I have ever built. The RF04 Valkyrie for Reforged Eden, available now on the workshop. Link down below in the video description. It's all yours to have, spawn in, and have fun with. I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.